first place, Christ was a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. That's indisputable. I believe we have a...
Indisputable, but all day we have these Christians online, these lying, coping crusaders online, every day, the same shit. Jesus wasn't Jewish. Jesus was really white, Aryan, Chad. Who are you trying to convince? Nobody's falling for that. Everybody knows it's indisputable. The Bible just explicitly contradicts you and disproves you. You're only lying to yourselves. You're not lying to us. We're not falling for it. You're lying to yourselves. You're coping to yourselves. You're not convincing Christians that Jesus wasn't Jewish. Go to any church in the world. Every one of them will tell you Jesus was Jewish and throw you out if you say the Jews aren't Jews and Jesus wasn't a Jew. They'd throw you out. But we can't even get past the stage online of this noticing and red pilling and awakening. We can't even get past the point of dealing with the facts that we're dealing with Jews, not fake Jews, not Khazarians, not secret Edomites. We're dealing with Jews, and Jesus is a Jew, and we can't even get past that. So you don't put a dent in the actual mainstream Christianity. You don't win over the pagans. Like, Christians spending all their time, day in and day out, arguing with pagans and lying to pagans about Jesus being Jewish is a disgrace. It's a pathetic, controlled opposition disgrace.
Jesus is the promised Jewish Messiah. Revelation 5:5. What is the title for him? He's a Lion of the tribe of Judah. Literally where we get the term Jews. So people say Jesus might not be a Jew. It's like literally the term Judea is where we get Jew. So it's like, if anyone's a Jewish person, it is Jesus.
Jesus was a Jew who followed Jewish customs and kept the Jewish law and was a Jewish teacher who had Jewish disciples whom he taught his understanding of the Jewish law.
I can appreciate and respect so much that I share half my Bible with the Jewish people, that my Savior is Jewish.
Jesus was Jewish. Everyone who wrote the New Testament were all Jews. And we can't understand Christianity without understanding Jewishness.
It's a Jewish book written, inspired by a God who 2,000 years ago took on human Jewish flesh. The Word became Jewish flesh, and he made his dwelling among us.
It's one of the things I love telling Jews when I meet them. They'll say, why do you support Israel? I'll say, this is why right here, and my Savior is Jewish.
We follow a Jewish Savior. And so if we care about Jesus, we should care about Jews. We should care about Israel.
That's going to be controversial for some people. I've actually had some conversations with people recently who want to even contest the fact that Jesus ever was a Jewish man, believe it or not.
Yeah, and that's just fake news. Jesus is a Jewish man. He is born in the line of Judah. This is one of the best established facts of the ancient world. I would say it this way, Allie Beth, if we can't believe Jesus is a Jew, don't bother believing anything from history at all. Let's remind our kids, our Savior, who is physically alive today at the right hand of the Father, is a Jewish man. Now, he's the God-man. He is Jewish. Your Savior, my Savior, is Jewish. Our Bible is a Jewish book, save maybe one author.
There's only one book in the Bible that's not written by Jewish people, and that's the book of Luke and Acts. The rest of it, Jewish people. And salvation. You know, Jesus was Jewish. 100% Jewish. He was 100% Jewish. Jesus went through all the Jewish things. All his disciples were Jewish. The Bible was written by Jewish people, right? Jesus went to the Jew first. He was Jewish.
Yeah, it's inconceivable to me that any Christian could be anti-Semitic. Jesus was Jewish. Jesus' followers were Jewish. The Christian religion is an outflow of the Jewish religion. It is a fulfillment of the ancient prophecies that were made centuries before Jesus was born in Bethlehem that pointed toward the Messiah, and Jesus fit those prophecies just like a fingerprint. I don't know how anybody who's a follower of Jesus could be anti-Semitic.
It's awkward. It's awkward when your Savior is a Jew and you hate Jews.
Messiah's coming was predicated on the Jewish race. So far, you understand? Okay, let me make it simple. No Jews, no Jesus.
Jesus was a Jew. Yeah. I don't know how people forget this. They seem to. All of his apostles were Jews.
Paul, whom they like to quote a lot, which they for some reason forget Romans 11, he was a Jew as well. And Paul gave us a mandate very clearly of how we should treat the people of Israel.
If you say, Jason, I like you, but I hate your children, are we going to be friends? No. So how can you say you love Jesus, who was the King of the Jews, Jewish according to the flesh, and hate his people?
God blessed us as Gentiles and let us share of the riches and the covenants that were given to Jewish people. God adopted us into the family. We're the wild branch. We are drafted in. We didn't replace the tree. We're drafted in, and we're drinking from the sap of the promises of the Jewish Bible, the Jewish people, Jewish Messiah, and we're all benefits from it. Praise God.
The Bible, Genesis to Revelation, is a Zionist document. We understand the Jewish contribution to Christianity can never be repaid. Judaism does not need Christianity to explain its existence. Christianity does not exist without Judaism.
Share the link.
Judaism gave us the prophets. Judaism gave us the first family of
Huge
Christianity,
show.
Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. Judaism gave us the Bible.
We have lost sight of the Bible. The Bible is a book written to Israel, for Israel, about Israel. And as Christians, Christians are grafted into the Commonwealth of Israel.
I'm a Gentile, but my God's Jewish. Jesus died on the cross. He's the King of the Jews.
The Messiah of the world came as a Jew to the Jewish people. Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? That's what they knew. They knew that then.
Wow. And you still all want to double down and is coming today. Faster speeds. It's going to be way better. We're going to have no more issues. Shout out See Through It All for that epic mix. What's up, everybody? Huge show today. Trump is saying the government was attacked at the correspondence dinner, as you all have seen. Trump says the guy, the attempted assassin, hated Christianity, hated Christians. We're seeing total meme victory on the timeline. Not with numbers, not with the masses of numbers of bots and sheep, but definitely in the replies and in the discourse. And then we're going to talk about some professional liars, so much other stuff. More Russell Brand, only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. powerchat.live/no-more-news to have your comment read on the stream. Can't do the stream without you. We're live on Rumble, Odyssey, X. X is supposed to have new, better streaming pretty soon, too. That's going to be cool. And hopefully Kick. I'm trying to get the Kick working. I know on Kick you can do window in window and do other stuff on your phone. Rumble doesn't have that. So doesn't look like Kick is up, though. I'm going to have to check that out again. So here's another new mix. John Garada says, Christ was Jewish. Christians, by saying Christ is king, confirm that a Jew has a right to rule over them, so they can complain when the Jews actually control. They can't complain when Jews actually control their politics. So let's see this mix from Hananya Naftali, some Zionist, big Twitter Zionist account. Haven't seen it yet.
Christ is king.
Christ is king?
Oh, Christ is king. Christ Mogged.
I don't even know why we're having this debate.
Judeo-Christian values is utter nonsense.
Christ is king?
Christ is king.
It's like fundamental, like Christianity.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how this phrase is twisted by those who skipped Bible class and American history at the same time. Because lately, the loudest people yelling Christ is king are the same ones who 5 seconds later complain about how Jews control everything. Buddy, Christ is Jewish. Jesus is Jewish.
Yeah. Don't complain about Jews controlling everything when they control your religion. When your religion comes from them. When you're worshiping their God. Don't complain about their control. Or else you just look like a joke. An unhinged joke.
Your Messiah is a Jew. You can't worship a Jewish Messiah while blaming Jews for existing. That's like cheering for George Washington and then whining about Americans fighting for freedom. It makes zero sense. If your worldview is that the Jewish Messiah controls the cosmos, then the statement Jews control the world is not an insult. It's literally your theology.
Yeah, as long as it's Jesus ruling the world, then it's kosher for Christians. As long as the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua, Rabbi Yeshua rules the world, then it's all good. But if it's the Satanist, Luciferian, one world religion bad, or Jews and their Moshiach bad, but as long as his name is Jesus, you're down with universal global messianism and a Jew ruling the world. And this is why they own you. And this is why you lose. CQ has been growing massively. It sure has. Not necessarily into the mainstream. We're really strongly gate-kept by big influencers, but the chatter online and the discourse in the comments, the forums, where the real rubber hits the road, total domination, total meme victory.
So you're not exposing some conspiracy. You're just repeating Christian doctrine without realizing it. The king you worship, the savior you pray to, assuming that these people pray, the judge who will return in glory, is Jewish. If that bothers you, then your issue is not with Jews, your issue is with Christianity itself. If you want to say Christ is king, then say it with meaning, say it with reverence, say it with faith, say it with truth.
Nothing they fear more than Christ is king. Another one for the compilation. Ben Shapiro goes, I think it's great if you say Christ is king. And now this guy says it too. Oh, nothing they hate more than you believing in a Jewish Davidic king to rule the world. Wow.
Is king, then say it with
Say it. Say it with your chest, Goyim. Wow. Wow, no wonder it got ignored. Only 311 likes. Mogged. Moshiach mogged. That's crazy. That's crazy. I got to do, I forgot to bookmark everything. Hold on. Bookmark. Like to keep it all saved in case I need to go back. Search is better too. All right, now on the attack on Trump, doing the interview, this is crazy. He goes, I'm not a rapist. Then we'll get into how they're blaming Christians. A lot of this persecuted, poor us, oh, they hate Christians rhetoric for their anti-Christian task force and their Judeo-Christian theocracy dogmatic agenda.
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person.
It's like, oh, I thought you were going to say, like, you had nothing to do with Epstein, and Epstein was the rapist, but he says he's not a rapist.
I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on stage.
Yeah, since when are we spreading and amplifying something that some schizo said about the president?
Let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in
the
other thing in the manifesto that
Trump hates bad questions, hard questions.
took 10 seconds. You see the security moving quickly, within seconds, grabbing the vice president by his coat, lifting him up, bringing him.
I heard something about Trump, and I've been thinking about it a lot. I was like, that's a good point. Like, we have more media, more interviews for Trump than any presidents I remember. Like, the access to Trump, he's on the tarmac answering questions. He's doing the press conference. He does lots of press conferences and interviews. It feels like it's more than past presidents, but it's the internet age. It's the influencer podcast age. He's done more podcasts, done more interviews, done more, all of it.
Out. Then the counter assault comes in took 10 seconds for them to flank you, Mr. President, and then 20 seconds to get you out.
Yeah, the Democrat, right, Jake Holiday. The Democrats will try to suppress and hide their manifesto stuff when it doesn't fit their agenda. But if it benefits them in some narrative way, they'll talk about it.
Chaotic. At one point, you were down. What was happening?
Well, what happened?
We wouldn't see Sleepy Joe for months. I know, that's what it felt like, right?
It was a little bit me. I wanted to see what was happening, and I wasn't making it that easy for him. I wanted to see what was going on. And by that time, we started to realize maybe it was a bad problem, different kind of a problem, bad one, and different than what would be normal noise from a ballroom, which you hear all the time. And I was surrounded by great people, and I probably made them act a little bit more slowly. I said, wait a minute, let me see, wait a minute. So, I'm telling guys.
Just at that moment where it looks like you go sort of down with the service,
Well,
you were
they
telling
asked
them
me-
to wait?
Well, no, what happened is then I started walking with them. I started walking, and they said, please go down on the floor. So I went down, and First Lady went down also.
And he crawled like a dog.
By the agents as I was walking. In other words,
They
I was,
wanted you almost to crawl
I was
out.
standing up, pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around the opposite direction and started pretty much walking out, pretty tall, a little bent over because I'm not looking to be standing too tall. And but I was walking out. It was about halfway there, and they said, please go down to the floor, please go down to the floor. So I dropped to the floor, so did the First Lady.
Of determining his motive. A manifesto that I think is worth looking at in terms of determining his motive is he had been staying at the hotel since Friday. He checked in, he said he had cased the place, and he wrote, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? And he wrote this quote, I expected security cameras at every bend, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every
Bugged hotel rooms.
metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got is nothing. He wrote, like, this level of incompetence is insane. Sir, you have already had two
Well, he was
attempted
pretty incompetent too because he got caught, and he got caught pretty easily. So I'd say he was pretty incompetent too. I could take any event having to do with security or anything else. I can always find fault. Those guys did a good job last night. They did a really good job.
manifesto that I think is worth looking.
He's radicalized.
Mr. President, do you know if you were the target of the gunman?
I don't know. It sounded to me, I read a manifesto. He's radicalized. He was a Christian, a believer, and then he became an anti-Christian. And
No, he just thought you were anti-Christian. They're really trying to hype this up like it was an anti-Christian hate attack. But the dude was a Christian and just thought Trump was the Antichrist or something. Thought Trump was, he called him a pedophile. We'll see. We'll read the rest of it.
Change. He's been going through a lot based on what he wrote. His
blasphemous.
Complained about him, and I think reported him to the police. And his sister likewise complained about him. His family was very concerned.
Yeah, we're going to cover obviously everything that ever happens, people say is a conspiracy. So we're going to cover a little bit of the conspiracy angle yet.
Probably.
Mr. President, do you know if
he went on Fox News and also said it was an anti-Christian attack.
And the guy is a sick guy. When you read his manifesto, he hates Christians. That's one thing for sure. He hates Christians, a hatred. And I think his sister or his brother actually was complaining about it. You know, they were even complaining to law enforcement. So he was a very troubled guy.
That's crazy to go on Fox News and say he hates Christians when the dude was a Christian. He was offended by Trump's AI Jesus post, right? And everybody saying he's a demon and he's the Antichrist and stuff, right? Trump says Cole Allen, quote unquote, hates Christians, but there's zero evidence for this. In fact, Allen identified as Christian less than a month ago and was enraged by Trump's AI image portraying himself as Jesus. His retweet history. Trump Trump hires Himmler, Goebbels, and Heydrich. So he's calling Trump a Nazi also. He thought Trump was a Nazi, fascist, blasphemous something. Oligarchy, not a constitutional democracy, jeopardize the security of Americans. Trump calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired because he made a joke about the first lady being an expectant widow. I don't really want to read all that seething. He's in a lot of cap seething about Jimmy Kimmel. Levitt's also calling out Kimmel and the violent rhetoric of the left.
Arranged lies and smears against the president, his family, his supporters have led crazy people to believe crazy things, and they are inspired to commit violence because of those words. It has to stop. And one more point. Saturday night served as yet another reminder of how important it is to fund the Department of Homeland Security. It is shameful that the United States Congress has kept this vital agency defunded for 73 days, the longest shutdown of a federal agency in U.S. history.
A lot of people are claiming it's PSYOP to get the ballroom passed through to the ballroom. We're going to get into some of that stuff too. Here's the conspiracy angle. She says there would be shots fired, quote unquote shots fired, right before flashing a 666. And there were. We are watching a poorly scripted show. Obviously, shots fired mean he's going to, with the jokes in his statement, he's going to call out a bunch of people. That was going to be the shots fired. People would be catching strays. A common phrase. Shots fired. He was going to call some people out. That's what it means. She wasn't hinting and foreshadowing that there would be a false flag of shots. This is so dumb. Crazy people believing crazy things.
To rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be.
I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to the stand-up special. It's the first time he spoke as president or spoke at all, I think, at the Correspondents' Dinner. He was going to be a roast of all of his enemies. He was going to call out Candace probably. It's going to be good. They postponed it. They said it's going to happen in a month or something. We're going to have it in the great big beautiful ballroom. It's totally safe.
funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
We need some creepy music and it'll be a lot more suspicious. Slow it down. Shots fired with some conspiracy movement and maybe I'll be convinced.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's
yeah, right.
To rumble, is he not?
He is.
Yeah, right. He's got a whole team of speechwriters. Give me a break. Okay, here's a little bit. He mentioned now the SPLC in this 60 Minutes interview also saying, Charlottesville is all funded by the SPLC to make me look bad. They tricked me into saying there's good people on both sides and ran with a psyop, lying about it for years.
I see these no kings, which are funded just like the Southern Law was funded. You saw all that. Southern Law is financing the KKK.
Southern Law? Remember the Southern Law? Everybody knows about the Southern Law funding the KKK. They literally were.
Southern Law is financing the KKK and lots of other radical, terrible groups.
They got caught basically false flagging opposition so they could raise money. I'm not saying that's what Charlottesville all was. I think they're hyping up the Charlottesville connection, but definitely some of the other ones.
Financing the KKK and lots of other radical, terrible groups, and then they go out and they say, "Oh, we've got to stop the KKK," and yet they give them hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars. It's a total scam run by the Democrats. It shows you that, like Charlottesville,
it's a conspiracy.
It was all funded by the Southern Law. That was a Southern Law deal too.
See, that's the thing. If there's one guy that they came out was being paid, that's not funding all of it. one dude, we don't even know if he was a leader. There was many people involved in Charlottesville. To say that there was one dude that was an informant that went and what did it say? Like he arranged transportation or something? Like what exactly does that mean? He was in the organizer group chat, so one of many people. You can't say the whole thing is fake. Unless they were like funding. If it comes out they were funding Kessler, then I guess you could say the whole thing was an op because he was the primary organizer. But until that happens, I feel like they're overblowing. Now they're just going to say anything that's not pro-Trump, MAGA Republicans is paid by Soros and paid by the left.
And it was done to make me look bad, and it turned out to be a total fake. It basically was a rigged election. This was a part of
$5 play the
dude, you're truthing?
Who got cut off on Live Air for saying that Caroline Leavitt's husband was warning her to stay safe at the dinner.
Stay safe. Well, if it's a hoax and he's shooting blanks, why would he need to tell her to stay safe? That doesn't even make sense. I saw that. I'll look for that. I don't have that up right now, but true. What's the rule? It's always a hoax unless proven otherwise. What's the term? Like auto hoaxer. That's right. Auto hoaxing, truthster baiting. That reminds me though. I got this segment too. I should have put it in the title. Christ brain. Christ brain is a literal thing. Affects the normal prefrontal cortex. Literally wired Christ brain. We're going to cover that later on too.
Of the rigging of the election, and that's what you really should be doing. I mean, I hope one of your
blown away to see that,
which really hasn't changed very much from the last few years. I'm surprised, but one of those episodes should be on Southern law and the fact that they spent millions and millions of dollars on absolute far right and just bad groups, and then they'd use those groups and they'd say these are Republican groups, and we're coming to your rescue. And they're the ones that have funded it, and they're the ones that keep them going.
Whether it's true or not, it would be politically advantageous for Trump and the Republicans to claim they are and to hype it up even to more than it was. It was bad enough as it was, but to hype it up and exaggerate it even more. Fake and gay until proven Jewish.
Fake and gay till proven Jewish.
Proven not Jewish, you mean? Till proven Jewish. It's only real and straight if it is Jewish. Okay, here's Trump talking about, no, everybody wants to kill me because I'm so special and I'm doing so much and I'm the greatest ever. It is kind of, he does make a good point, though. If you think about all the famous assassinations, it's like the crazy assassins do kind of go for the big timers, the movers and the shakers.
People across the globe, in fact, are watching you. You demonstrated courageous leadership, and thank God you're alive. All of us are alive today.
Dude, is this one of Kash Patel's buddies he let in the side door?
What is the message that you want to give to the world that this should change? What corrective measures can we take from here on?
Well, all you can do, look, I don't care how many people you have, how good they are. They can be the greatest people. You have the greatest security in history. If you have a whack job who's got a brain, but it's a little bit distorted or a lot distorted, they can make trouble. I would say, Pete, right? You know, they can make trouble. Some of these people are of genius level IQ, and they're nuts. So it can be trouble.
I'm looking for that clip where she says it. I'm not seeing it.
Absolutely the best. You get the best. We have the best people. Well, look, it was proven tonight. He started running from 50 yards, and he was fast. He was like a blur on tape. He was moving. It was very impressive the way they got him.
Here's the video of that, by the way. Super blurry. Why is this shit so blurry? It looks like they're using a cell phone to record. So he comes bursting in here, trying to run by. He was just gonna like ninja do it. No stealth or anything. He's just like, I'm just gonna go for it. All the people pointed their. He came in shooting too. I'm pretty sure they claim he shot one of the security guards or police here in the chest, but he was wearing body armor. That's what they're told us. And all these people pulled their guns, and not one of them pulled the trigger on this dude. They ended up tackling him. You guys see the funny memes of Lindsey Graham on top of him? Lindsey Graham would be the bottom, but, you know, I do got to say, if they were to stage this, it wouldn't be very hard. Get some dude to run through, fire a blank shot, and everybody pulls their guns and then tackles him. I don't think it's staged, but I'm just saying it would be plausible at least, apparently. Not that hard. But there's a lot of crazies out there that would try something like this, so I don't find it unbelievable.
A lot of people would be looking and saying, you know, it's like a weird feeling.
Caden 13 sent $5 on Rumble. I recognize that the attempt was likely legit, but if tards want to delegitimize Trump's credibility even further among the public, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still good to see nobody believing anything Trump says. So there's that. Yeah, everything can't be staged. Lots of stuff. That's like saying nothing ever happens.
They would let him get through, but they didn't let him get through. They drew those guns so fast. They looked like Matt Dillon. They looked like somebody that knew what they were doing. We really do. But it comes with the territory. And if you want to do a great job, I really believe that. And you take a look at what's happened to some of our greatest presidents, and
Trump was about to crush.
That don't do anything.
Trump was about to have his God King moments. He's always been like a comedian, so for him to do a stand-up comedian set, it would have been crazy.
It's not going to deter me from.
Maybe it'll be even better now.
War in Iran
next time.
I don't know if that had anything to do with. I really don't think so, based on what we know. But we're going to continue to do a great job. That's all I can do.
Very nothing answer. Okay, let's hear Alex Jones talking about it. We'll go check out Alex Jones and see what he. Hey, what's up? Is Power Chat broken? Not even one. Oh wait, we did get one from dude. That's right. HT just sent some in. Dude, where's my brain at? Skipping breakfast and didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was thinking that earlier and just totally brain farted.
Handsome
there he
Truth
is.
sent $5. Matt Dillon? You mean Matt Damon? Dumb boomer.
I don't get it. Did I say anything about Matt Dillon or Matt Damon? I'm so confused. Matt Damon. Dude, can anybody explain what he was talking about? I'm confused. Thanks for the dono, though, bro.
A lot of people I really, really, really respect, who I know we're dead on every other issue, are saying that they believe it's staged. They said...
Like who? Like who? Who do you really respect that's been right about every issue that's saying it's staged? Who? Candace Owens? Beowulf
914 sent $5 on Rumble. Assassination attempts are so common in America since the Lincoln. It's completely normal for us.
Dude, in like Latin America countries or other countries too, third world, second world countries, it's political violence, especially through history too, has been way more.
Think it's staged. Larry Johnson, highly decorated.
Oh, Larry Johnson.
Career, been on the show before. Basically,
I don't know much about this Larry Johnson dude, but I've been seeing him in the sus pro-Russia sphere a lot. You would only know Matt Damon. I don't get it. I still don't get this. Nobody understands the Matt Damon reference.
Exact same stuff.
Was that a joke?
Because we're not checking notes together or something. We just know what we're talking about. And he thinks it was staged. But what does staged mean? Staged that they stood down, staged they knew he was coming. Does that mean Trump knew? See, and I saw...
Yeah, we're third world banana republic.
My well-known talk show host saying, look how pathetic Alex Jones is. Trump has thrown him under the bus, demonized him, said terrible things about him, and then Jones is defending Trump. It's not defending Trump.
Trump said something about quoting and mogging. Trump said something about Matt Damon or Matt Dillon. I missed it. I didn't.
This looks...
must have been looking at the chat.
Like it really happened. And then I just report that. It has nothing to do with whether Trump likes me or not. I don't look at issues off of what I want to think. I could care less Trump's attacked me. I've gotten so much heat supporting that guy because he was overall...
Trump said the Secret Service looked like Matt Dillon. Okay, he meant Matt Damon. Well, he can't get Southern Poverty Law Center right either. The Southern Law Group.
But I am not in some cult of personality.
Born Identity.
So I'm not into galas. Why I don't go to these things. I've been invited to countless things like this, Mar-a-Lago, the White House.
You've never been invited to this. Shut up.
It's just not my cup of tea, folks.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather be sitting out.
I'm sure he's invited to the White House all the time, but he just doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go hang out with all his heroes and be talked about on all the media.
Looking at the moonrise in front of a fire with friends and family.
Okay.
Like, going to a little honky tonk and hear some good country music live.
You don't gotta know honky tonks. A cold beer.
That's the kind of stuff I like.
No, I'm just an everyday man.
Caribbean on a jet ski. Thank you for your support at the YellowStone
Caribbean on a jet ski. Okay, that's kind of based. All right. Ashley St. Clair is calling out. I kind of like Ashley calling out all of MEGA recently, exposing a lot of the bullshit that they've been up to. Spiteful, vindictive Jewess is on a rampage calling out the right for a lot of shit. Here's the latest one.
And this has...
This is Elon's Jewish baby mama, by the way.
So last week, I told you guys that all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, their first thought was all independently, Trump needs his ballroom. The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion.
The thing is, though, is that Trump is saying it. The big influencers say it, and it trickles down. Other people say the big influencers say it, and they repeat it. I'm sure they are in group chats, but maybe sometimes it goes, everybody quick. Everybody tweet this exact same thing, copy and paste. Nobody will notice. It's like, I don't know if it exactly works like that. A lot of people come to the same takes. A lot of people see the take and agree with it and also say it.
Not probable, okay? I think it's also important to note that one of the main group chats in which they coordinate this messaging is literally called Fight, Fight, Fight after the attempt on Trump's life in Butler. Okay, and this has the official Trump war room, members of the administration, including...
Did she say attempt in quotes like it didn't happen? Carlin says Trump literally staged. Carlin Borisenko, the great, says Trump literally staged an assassination to be able to build his ballroom and didn't even have the good sense to set up an illegal immigrant so we can get mass deportations.
Seems pretty accessible and eager to discuss the resurrection. He is a mega genius when it comes to organic chemistry.
No, he's not.
You are the opposite.
No.
Each other.
Dude, I've watched so many videos of Professor Dave debunking James True. The dude is a loon kook Bible brain. Oh, maybe it was a Matt Dillon then. Trump just is dropping old references. I know, Carlin. He set it up with this whole thing, and he's only blaming anti-Christian. That's the real attack. An attack on anybody that's anti-Christian now. Screw deportations. You're getting anti-Christian shutdowns.
James Blair and all your favorite MAGA influencers.
She's joking, Jocelyn.
And I would log on and show you more of these messages, but I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000.
Oh, hold on.
I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000.
Whoa. She had another decent video the other day. It was like 10 minutes though, and it was basically saying everybody's getting paid to promote stuff, and a lot of it's Israel. Okay, Trump's art of the deal. What happened last night is exactly the reason that our great military, circuit service, and law enforcement, for different reasons, every president for the last 150 years, have been demanding that a large, safe, and secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House. This event would never have happened with the military top-secret ballroom currently under construction. Military top-secret ballroom? Under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. While beautiful, it has every highest level security feature there is. Plus, there are no rooms sitting on top for unsecure people to pour in, and is inside the gates of the most secure building in the world, the White House. The ridiculous ballroom lawsuit brought by a woman walking her dog who has absolutely no standing to... What? There's a lawsuit by a woman walking her dog. I don't know what that's about, but he wants his ballroom. Todd Blanche, Attorney General, says it's time to build the ballroom. All the big influencers, MAGA influencers, ballroom, ballroom, ballroom. In fact, there's the perfect meme for it. Where is it? MAGA then, build the wall, lock her up, drain the swamp, no new wars. And now it's, we need a ballroom, ballroom. Pretty funny. Yeah, that's winning now, getting a ballroom. I love these retard NPC memes. Off to works. Thank you. Watch the collapse. Trump's got his top military secret ballroom. This is a brutal AI.
What the fuck is this Israeli magician talking about? Will he shut the fuck up already? Any minute now. Come on, I need this ballroom. Where's the damn assassin? Finally. Works every time.
Come on, Spider Cash. Now's your time to shine. Fuck, I can't do it. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Don't look at her. Do not look at her, Bobby. I'm finally free. This is it. Sweet freedom.
Butter chicken, tikka masala, biryani, naan, samosa, tandoori chicken, curry, dal vindaloo, palak paneer.
Palak paneer. All right. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, boy. This is random, but predictable Flat Earth Dave promo with Jake Shields. Are we going to see the Jake Shields Flat Earth arc? Likely. Odds likely. I wouldn't bet against it. Dude, are you a globalist or are you flat earth pilled? Wow. Let's see. Do we have anything else from the ballroom? Okay. JP Sears, who is on a new conspiracy anti-Israel shtick, still grifting on attacking Erica Kirk. She walks out of there crying, traumatized after seeing her husband shot.
I just want to go find I just want to go find
Laughing at a crying, grieving widow, JP Sears says, with the whole magnitude of what happened, it'll be important to hear how merch sales did. Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't care that her husband got his neck blown up because people are buying t-shirts. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's crazy that people aren't willing to cut any slack on a woman that had the father of her children's head blown off. For viral tweets, for internet clout and engagement farming. Not that she cares what these idiot grifters say. All right, here's the manifesto. Let's see what else he says here. I haven't looked at the whole thing yet. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abuse. I apologize to parents, colleagues, for lying, blah, blah, blah.
$5, Adam. Erica is a Christ shark now. No more defending her.
I'll tell you, that photo, there's a photo everybody was sharing of her with some black newscaster from Fox.
James Tour has over 150 granted patents and over 100 pending patent applications, along with more than 130 patent families. His research has led to the founding of 12 companies. If you think he is dumb, you are retarded.
He's dumb. He's dumb, Garrett. He believes in the Bible and Jesus. He's dumb. Maybe he knows some stuff about chemistry. A lot of that is him getting credit for stuff that his students and his team do as well, that his name gets to go on. And none of these discoveries or whatever chemistry things, papers he's done do anything to prove that evolution's not real. The dude is a lying con artist, delusional grifter. James True. Go watch Professor Dave's playlist in debates with him and see before you start touting this Christian apologist bullshit artist. Did Carlin drop another banger? I missed it. Feel more bad for her if she wasn't dating a black guy. Guys, settle down. She took a photo with a black guy. Calm down. Even if she were dating him, he's Christian. It's okay. He's a Christian. They're both Christians. No big deal. Everybody calm down. The dude was a Christian. And it didn't even look like she was, I don't think she went there with him. It just was probably a photo. All these big shots end up taking photos together. I saw her sitting at the table. She wasn't even sitting with him. I don't think it was her date. She didn't look like she was going home with him. All right. Even if she were, he's a Christian. No big deal. What's the problem? Citizen of the United States, he says, no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to Israel. He should have said traitor to Israel, to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer a long time ago. Dude, this guy's got real hero syndrome. Real main character syndrome. Amalek says she's likely part Lebanese anyway. I don't care. But this is the first real opportunity I've had something to do about it. Dude, this guy. Rules of engagement, blah, blah. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets. Prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. How crazy is that? Why is Kash Patel not on the list? Everybody but Kash Patel. What does he have a hard-on for Kash Patel for? Why is Kash Patel let off the hook? You're mad about pedophiles and rapists, but he's the guy that was in charge of the Epstein investigation. Why him? Because he's brown? The guy was like light-skinned black guy. Is it because he's brown? Is this an anti-white thing?
Big Swag Fella sent $5 on Rumble. I would argue James Tour is not dumb, Hess a liar. He's a competent scientist, but not in the fields that he makes his grift on.
Right. And he's got Christ brain, as we're going to learn about. Christ brain is a literal mental illness. It has a real effect on the brain, prefrontal cortex, that makes you feel, because of fear, it's fear-based mind control. Because of fear, your brain doesn't work
Big
properly.
Swag Fella sent $5 on Rumble. That's why James Tour does not publish any of his anti-evolution to be peer-reviewed, because it is nonsense.
That's what I said, exactly. All of his studies have nothing to do with proving any of his evolution supposed debunking. Dude, we're going to cover it today. I have something else, too. This other guy that's being promoted everywhere. Yep. Yeah, dude, Garrett, if you're falling for hucksters that are being promoted on PragerU and Daily Wire denying evolution, you fall for the trap, bro. I'm sorry.
Erica is a public figure and runs a multi-million-dollar company that she wasn't forced to run. Does that open her up to criticism?
Yeah, I think you could criticize her for stuff she says or, positions they take or who she endorses.
Finally got my BF hooked on listening. He had to see what the Atom podcaster I'm obsessed with is all about. Lol. Heart emoji. He ordered your book too.
Nice. Shout out Lisa's boyfriend. That's good to hear. Yeah, everybody should be spreading the word. Yeah, the stream is glitching. I got a new router coming today or tomorrow. I'll get it hooked up immediately and installed, and it's going to be the best internet of all time. No more internet issues ever. What else does this schizo say? Not targets. Employees, guess, not targets. All right, nothing much in this. Okay, he says it again. Hold on. On the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor. He just repeats that again and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. That's crazy. Anybody, every reporter that's there, even if they hate Trump, you're going to go for them too? Okay, let's see. What else are we going to do here? Before we move on to the meme magic segment. Pope Leo pushes back against Trump's new capital punishment plans to expand execution methods. I saw this. I didn't fact check it and confirm it was real, but I saw it a few days ago that Trump is bringing back firing squad execution methods.
The protect citizens
for the Noahide violators.
That the death penalty is in. The church teaches that the death penalty is inadmissible because it is an attack on the inviolability and dignity of the person. The right to life is the very foundation of every other human right. For this reason, only when a society safeguards the sanctity of human life will
the anti-Semitism wall.
Prosper.
Yeah. DOJ says, I'm surprised it's not guillotines. Hasn't that been the conspiracy for a long time? They're bringing guillotines back. Not just a conspiracy. They really were talking about that. I wonder if guillotine is in this new. I got to look it up. I'll chat GPT it here in a second. QAnon guys are so excited right now. Yeah, they're like, the storm is coming. Guillotines, because beheaded, that's the Noahide capital punishment is beheading. So I wonder, I'll look it up. It probably does have guillotines in it. Let's go.
Effective systems of detention can be and have been developed that protect citizens, while at the same time do not completely deprive those who are guilty of the possibility of redemption.
Oh, redemption.
That the death penalty is
only God can judge thy rapists and murderers.
Admissible because it is an attack on the inviolability and dignity of the person.
Yeah, well, they only get it if they took away somebody's life or the dignity of somebody else. It's not an eye for an eye, my child. It's turn the other cheek. It is love the enemy. Pray for those who persecute you. Love and forgive and pray for those who murder your children and rape them. It is the way God wanted. The worst thing in the world is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Then you get the chair. No, I'm just kidding.
The right to life is the very foundation of every other human right. For this reason, only when a society safeguards the sanctity of human life will it flourish and prosper.
Dude, he's so soft.
Effective systems of detention can be and have been developed that protect citizens, while at the same time do not completely deprive those who are guilty of the possibility of redemption. The church teaches that the death penalty...
Dude, he's so soft. So beta. Okay. Oh, we got a lot of stuff. Oh, I was looking for that Lindsey Graham image. I'm just not seeing it. Dude, the search function's just crap on X sometimes. All right, let's check some of these memes. I'm going to show you some of these new memes that have been cracking me up. Dude, the meme domination, the reply meme wars. Christians are taking huge L's. Corn Pop
sent $5. Well, in that case, when she endorsed J.D. Vance as a 501c3 org, she was breaking the law.
Really? I thought TPUSA always endorses people. But yeah, that's a good point. No, because they have a PAC also. They're a nonprofit. Go glitch out for a second. 501c3s aren't allowed to endorse. They have a PAC also. That's not true. 501c3s can endorse.
Liam Jarrett sent $5 on Rumble. How many pagans has the church executed in history? Why the switch up?
What switch up? Yeah, I know the internet's terrible. I told you I'm getting a new router today or tomorrow. I ordered it last week. It's going to be way better internet. All right, imagine believing this banger meme from Evan Williams, Yahweh's greatest soldier. So Saul the Pharisee says, I just had an epiphany. I am no longer Saul the Pharisee. Now my name is Paul, and I have your best interests at heart. The Christian says, oh, wow, okay. And all your gods are demons, and you need to worship the Jewish Messiah to be saved. I believe you. Good one. Good one. Okay, here's. Let me find some of these other memes I have.
I knew it was a joke, Mikas. I just
these
didn't
new
get it
ones.
right away.
Here's another good one I saw. Christian says, your gods are demonic, but then gets real smiley when he sees all the demon angels that the Bible describes. Here's another good one. Where is it? Look at this. So Plato's Cave. Islam and Christianity. Sitting down, seeing the shadow on the wall. Jews, with the fire of the flame of Judaism, casting the shadow that the Muslims and the Christians believe is the real world and true. Jews as the myth makers of these prophecies and these fairy tales, and then the pagans in their own paradigm. Sunbathing in front of the sun on the beach. I like it. That's a gem. I just saw that one for the first time. I don't know who made it or how long it's been around, but I like it. Very true. There's another meme where it's a Plato's Cave, too, with the same thing with the Abrahamic religions. You know, the one where it goes underground. It's the side image of underground. I might have that one, too. But that was a good one. Let's see what else. This one obviously is a little caricature, but I like the shadow. I like the shadow. The E-Crusaders are going to like that one. Here's another one. Salvation is from the Jews, dumb pagans. That's a literal quote from Jay Dyer, too. We got the clip where he says that. Dude, powerful imagery. Powerful imagery. You guys just crack me up with this stuff. What did Jesus actually look like? Dude, the sheep, the lamb with the Christ brain? Bruh. You guys. I didn't make these, okay? This is just what everybody's sharing. This is Christians taking their L's. I'm working on a new intro with so many new AI images, like the thumbnail today. Here's a new one. And I'm also going to do another intro bumper edit of graphics of just a bunch of memes. Here's the other one. Ancient weapons are truly fascinating. Viking, Japanese, Roman, Jewish, holy goislop. The ancient weapon, spiritual battle, theological myth-making warfare. A myth designed, conjured up to conquer the other myths and create Christ's brain golems. Guys, ready for another sneak peek? This is me and my boy Epstein on the island eating our beef jerky. Just two Chads getting their protein on the beach. Sun maxing. Bruh. Dude. That's a good one. This is really what I look like.
$5 on Rumble. Divine, winged human figures are pagan. Abrahamic angels are Lovecraftian horrors.
Yeah, totally. This one could backfire. No, dude, it's not going to backfire? I got some other ones that, no, they can't backfire. I showed you this one already, right? Abrahamic Alliance. Dude, I think I look best as a Muslim, if I'm being honest. Right? I'd say it goes Muslim, Orthodox, and then Jewish. Nobody's pulling off that hat and that long, uncut, untrimmed beard and these dude, the curl, the AI curl. Dude, AI is crazy. Adam's bag of jerky is bigger than Epstein. The jerky's baby. No big deal. Adam likes demons. Adam doesn't believe in magical Jesus, but he likes demons. You guys like that one? Rabbi Alex Jones, Adam is the Mahdi. Yeah. All right. That's enough. That's enough of the sneak previews for you guys. You're going to have to just wait for the new intro. Ad Dharma. Ad Dharma. This one's really funny to me. Dude, the new ChatGPT image maker is just crazy. Crazy. Let's do a few more memes. We're doing a meme segment. I don't want to miss too many. Okay, this one too. This one goes hard. Yes, sir. 100% kosher endorsed. Okay, one more. Dude, this is so blasphemous. I don't know if it gets more blasphemous. Dude, bruh. How great are these guys? Do me as a Shaolin monk? Okay. New Adam Green meme just dropped. Okay, I'm saving the best ones for the thing, so there's still more to see, but this is me. It's not, Kanye and Clav aren't the only ones begging for forgiveness from Rabbi Pinto at the wall. Dude. Please give me my YouTube channel back. I'll attack Jesus as much as you tell me to if you give me my YouTube channel back. This is how the E-Crusaders thinks what's really going on. Okay. All right, we're having fun. We're having fun. A little creativity. Let's see. Hold on. Any other memes I got here? Oh, it's also endorsed by Jesus. The Jesus Deception, brought to you by Jesus. Okay, you guys ready for Rastafari? Jesus? Rastafari, no more news? Dude. Babylon, Exodus, Lion of the tribe of Judah. Dude. White Aryan Rastafarian Jesus. Based endorsement. Dude, this guy looks like he would be on Joe Rogan. If I looked like this, maybe Joe Rogan would have me on. I'd be like, Joe, you ever read the Bible on weed, man? That lion looks painfully high. Yeah. Dude, the AI made the lion high. Smoking the ganja, man, with me lion, man. That was the real Jews, man. You ever try Christ on weed, man? Do a looks-maxing rabbi? Hold on. This one made me crack up the other day, too. The Shroud of Turin meme with the soy jacks. Okay, I'm going to show you one more. This is how Christians envision me. Triggered, insecure Christians online, this is how they envision me in their heads. Ready? Last one. This is what they think's going on. Magic Kabbalah wizard. No more news. Playing with our minds. The puppet master. Dude. Aren't these so good? How Christians see me in their dreams, in their nightmares. Higher than Aryan Jesus. Teaching the Torah like a true Aryan Hyperborean. The lion will get high with the sheep. That is great. Soy face Jesus? Yeah. This one's one of my favorite, dude. This one might get me into some trouble. How Christians envision me in their nightmares, right here. The string puller. Rent free. Yeah. Those are so good. Okay. I said last one, but there's got to be a few more. Okay. I didn't do this one. Tales of the Levant made this one. The NPC Christian crying says, every single aspect of attacking Christianity is Jewish. And then they get down and they pray and they say, Dear Jewish Rabbi Yeshua HaMashiach, Son of Yahweh, God of the Jews. That's good. That's good. Soy-faced Christians turn real? Humbly accept that Christianity is Jewish. Christians distort the Bible's meaning to fit a delusional narrative. Dude, I'm telling you, they're wrecked by these memes. The meme domination. All these Christians ever post is like, oh, the oldest tradition of pagans, convert. Oh, only one. Or the one that says, you believe we wrote the things that we forbid or something stupid. Like, they've got two memes that they recycle over and over, and both of them fall flat every time. Dude, the meme war is wrecking these people. If you don't worship Jews, you're a Jew. The Jews hate it when we worship Jews. It says so right here in this book written by Jews. Jesus watching you click on his early life. Everybody, how many people out there just have files and folders and bookmarks? Goy nip. Jesus watching you click on his early life. Dude, it's got to be rough to have a Christ brain and have to cope about all these banger memes. It's got to really suck. Okay. All right, let's do... Here's Christians looking for... Everybody's doing this, a play on the same meme now. Christians looking for a verse that says Jesus wasn't Jewish. Christians looking for a verse that was pro-white, pro-European.
Excuse me.
It's got to be here somewhere. What else? Who's got a joke? Who's got a line? Christians looking for a verse that says Jesus wasn't Jewish. Christians looking for a pro-white verse. I saw a funny one. It was like me carefully reading the Indian menu when I know full well I'm going to order the chicken tikka masala. That had like 100,000 likes. It cracked me up too.
Excuse me.
Okay, he's found the verse now though. Go hard, get hard. Thank you.
On Rumble. Love no more news.
Thank you. I love it too, guys. I love you guys. I love it. It's beautiful. That was anti-Semitic. Funny to loop it and it goes on for hours. Piers Morgan says the pre-show prayer was almost as excruciating as the extended Bible wrestling. Bible wrestling. Excruciating. Let's see.
Look, I know we're both English. Let's come to this. Save your best lines. Look, I know we're both English. But do you mind if I pray? Sure. Before? Sure. Oh, God, help us have a... My fears are that I'll be somehow a disappointment to Piers, or that this will become not in your...
Garrett!
The tour is so dumb in chemistry, have him on and embarrass him on
Dude, watch how he gets embarrassed by Professor Dave. Professor Dave knows way more chemistry than me.
One thing and tarted in others. How many inventions does Professor Dave have? Yeah.
What inventions does he have? I don't even know how important any of his papers are. Dude, the dude is a crank, bro. He's a Bible-thumping, Christ-brain crank. And that's who you're... The only people that deny evolution like that are Christians and Bible believers. That's the only reason that people want to go out of their way to try to deny evolution. And you're falling for their shtick? Yeah, the giant cross necklace, the huge V-neck.
Spirit. Let us be in your spirit, Lord. I pray for healing, for Piers, for his hit, and for reconciliation and anything that's on his heart, Lord, that you would take it. For the authenticity, Lord,
of your presence in us, even in our imperfection, even for all my flaws, to be radiantly present.
Can I make things very awkward right
Thank
now?
you, Lord, for salvation. Thanks for being here now. Pray for this little lot. I know I'm for this.
Dude, remember when the girl at the beach prayed on me? And that was the first time anybody prayed for me in so long. She did the same thing. Arm on the shoulder. Is that what you have to do to make the prayer work? This is the way I was. Anytime I was watching people pray growing up, I had this look on my face like, whoa. You should start dressing like that. Maybe I should. Grow the hair back out. Dude, I'm going to grow the hair back out. It's already getting pretty long again. Get it to Jesus length. I'm going to get a big wood cross like that. Wear my Jesus Halloween costume and go do man on the streets. It's going to come to that, guys. I'll build up the courage soon enough. I'll need an entourage. I'll need some security to make sure nobody runs up on me, tries to murder me for Jesus because of they're offended of the blasphemy.
The operation, which I think might be funded in the most dubious way if we were to investigate it. Be present with us, Lord. Let your kingdom come amidst the empire. Amen.
Let's come to this.
He's supposed to be Christian, too.
English. But do you mind if I pray?
Okay, here Amalek posted. He's citing Isaiah 43 is about the restoration of Israel after they are exiled and scattered to Babylon.
Rochelle sent $5.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Give Adam $5.
It worked.
OMG, it worked. Praise Jesus.
Praise his name. Thank you so much. God bless Jesus. God bless Thor. God bless Rochelle.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God!
Okay, let's see Piers. He says, wait, I found that verse. Let's see the verse he finally found.
Actually, I'm still looking for that passage, actually, from Isaiah, from Piers Morgan. Wait for it. Look at.
That's funny, Beowulf. I thought about getting a dread. They have like those dreadlock fake beanies. If I can find a blonde one, I will totally get the Rasta hair and go out as a Rasta Jesus. I'll go interview people pretending to be a Rasta Jesus. That would be fucking hilarious.
It's marked.
I'm looking it up right now.
This is it. So when I was on Piers Morgan the other day, I was looking for it. And I thought I should find the actual right passage, the exact one that I was looking at. When I was sat in the dock in the court, I don't know, maybe you've never been in a dock in a court accused of really heavy stuff. You're in the UK in a Crown Court, you're in a glass box. And I'm not sure if I found it
so
right there in that moment, but this was the verse I was looking at.
I can't stand this dude.
Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Do you wonder sometimes if what you personally face will align and combine with something
Will this
universal? Do you not feel that?
Only blonde one I've seen. $32.
Spring up.
I was expecting it was going to cost like $15.
Like, I mean, the political scene, both globally and domestically, wherever you are, but also, globally. And sort of personally, that there's kind of this isn't a great time in the world.
Dude,
like, this is
a Rasta Jesus interviewer would be so funny.
The 1920s was between the wars. And maybe from a macro perspective or a holy perspective,
Tax
the world
write-off.
has always been caught in such tension. And indeed, that's exactly what this book and the prophecies of Isaiah posit, that it's not some localized thing. So when you're talking about has the world been captured and conquered by dark forces, and you might see that from a conspiratorial perspective in a post-Epstein world, all of that is iterated theologically, historically, and scripturally, even though I find a lot of those words sort of different.
What is he babbling about? Who falls for this shtick?
So the answer is in here. It's like access to the most divine truth that's already within you. It's a kind of coming home. Sorry it took me so long to find it on Piers Morgan. I think it was a pressure of the circumstances. Isaiah 43:18. In particular, what I like is, see how it springs up. Something new is happening.
Oh, it springs up. Isn't it so beautiful? Springs up. For the Rasta Jesus Fund.
14 cent $10.
That one didn't look very good.
For the Rasta Jesus Fund.
Thank you. Thank you. That'll be so fun. I'll wear it on the show, too. When we get real weird, I'll do a bit as Rasta Jesus and try to have Joe Rogan have me on.
Gallo Dance sent $10. We need to spread the word about the Christ brain epidemic afflicting our people.
Absolutely. We're going to play the clip about the Christ brain. It is a serious medical condition. And we need to find the cure.
Time sent $5 on Rumble. From his mannerisms and his shill tour, I think he knows he's going to prison. Whatever happened, it seems like he knows it's over.
Yeah, it's going to age really badly. His prayers on stage with Tucker Carlson when he goes to jail for raping a 16-year-old. It's going to be hot inside the Rasta hair. Yeah. Yeah, I run really hot too. I'm not cut out for this climate. I belong in the north. Look at this. This clip that was going around. This is him like 20 years ago talking to his dad. Dude, the guy's a heroin addict, sex addict, turned Jesus junkie with severe Christ brain.
I hate myself, Dad. I hate myself. I hate being alive. And one day, mate, you'll get a phone call, Russell's killed himself. And one day you'll get a phone call, Russell's dead. And then that's gonna kill my mum. You'll take it on the chin because I don't think you've ever really given a fuck. I don't think you've ever really given a fuck about me. Because like ultimately, when I was a baby, when I couldn't defend myself, when I couldn't do nothing, you left. You were more important. It was more important to pursue your ambition than to look after me. Because I didn't leave
to get away from you. Like all marriages that break down, and I guess all kids that are left in that situation who think the same. Yeah. The reality is very different, of course. The people part to get away from each other. At least you had some tranquility in that house. You didn't have two people constantly bickering at one another and
bollocks, Dad, that's not the fucking reason you left. You left for you didn't leave for me. You left you didn't want to deal with it, no? I feel inadequate. I feel like I'm not a man. I hate myself, Dad. I hate myself.
Tommy Robinson claims Judeo-Christian culture and belief created Great Britain.
We lost our faith. We lost our identity. We lost our belief in who we are, and we lost what created the great nation that become Great Britain. And that was Judeo-Christian culture and belief. We lost our faith.
Oh, he almost said Christian culture, but he had to throw the Judeo in. I remember Volkish Spirit posted something about that a ton of the churches in England were financed by a Jewish banker. So I guess it would be Judeo-Christian. I don't know how much Judaism played a role in the origins of England. Probably almost none at all, I would guess. But in the sense that Christianity is Judeo, it's just a little redundant to say Judeo-Christian. Christ cuck maxing.
And belief, Christian culture, Judeo, and that was Judeo-Christian culture.
He glitched out. He almost said Christian culture, and he had to correct himself and add in the Judeo, or he would have got a Shabbos Goy whipping, I think. Frog Eye says you got to watch the new Robin Hood show already. I know. I'll look it up again. Where is it streaming? I got to go look up Volkish Spirit and find that. I want to. I thought of it the other stream too, about the Jewish guy, the Jewish financier that funded all the churches in England because there's nothing they hate more. Oh, Tom Roselle knows all about that? Tom's cool. I was watching some of Tom's video last night about the All-Father. Okay, let's see here. Matt Frad, so tomorrow, or when was this? 26. Okay, so today on the Daily Wire, Pints with Aquinas interviews comedian Shane Smith, joins the show to talk about his rejection of Satanism, conversion to Catholicism, and life as a Catholic comedian. Check it out. I want to see this. I bet you we need to get the clippers on this. There's going to be some gold in here, I have a feeling. Another tattooed face Christian.
I feel like you...
Gotta love the tattooed face Christians.
5 seconds before it became cool. Do you think I made it cool? Maybe it was you. It must be weird to be expected to be funny.
Yeah, you show up at a place and they're like, we're so stoked you're here. This is gonna be our funniest episode of all time. Like, I'm not doing bits, dude. I'm just here to be me.
Tell me about why someone would cut their nose off for magic and what the point is there.
It's about sacrifice. It's a mockery of the sacrifice to God. Black magic, I'm like, oh, you're just doing reverse Catholicism. You guys are obsessed with us.
Why is this guy so zesty? I think he's got tattoos all over the face. Make super zesty. Went from being a junkie degenerate to being a Catholic. Story as old as time. In fact, I saw it was like Washington Post or New York Times. They did something about Nick Fuentes, and there was a photo of a groyper in there, and he had tattoos all over his face also. Tattooed face groyper.
After shows, I started to have people confront me and be like, I want my money back.
No, you haven't.
Yes.
Tell me how that conversation goes.
The obsession with balance in marriage is gone. You're not two people, you're one person. There's nothing balanced about this. I want to get to the point where I wake up and I want to interpret reality based on what my wife and kids need.
Come on. But I know that if I did do that, I could actually finally be happy.
I know.
I feel like you...
Dude, of course, nothing Ben Shapiro fears more than Catholicism. That's why he's hired a bunch of Catholics at Daily Wire. That's why he works with all Catholics. Okay, look at this. Dude, every day in my timeline, I wake up, the timeline full of Christians lying. Lying about everything. Total gaslighting. Like professional, full-time Christian apologists are professional, pathological, compulsive liars. It's like their whole life is a lie, their whole religion is a lie, and all they do is spew a whole bunch more lies to try to promote it. Here's one of them. Let's see this from Sola Chad, who is a heavily pushing all the Christian apologetic bullshit.
In Bethlehem, around 4 BC, Jesus Christ was born, fulfilling ancient foretellings. To avoid King Herod's order, his family escaped to Egypt, returning later to Nazareth, where he was raised. At 30 years of age, Jesus was baptized.
Every one of those things is fiction that is based on prophecy. I think it's Micah 5:2. The Messiah will be born in Bethlehem, where David was born, city of David. Nazareth comes from Nazarite, or the branch. Galilee comes from Isaiah 9 or 11. I think it's 9. And out of Egypt comes my son, Hosea, can't remember what. Oh, it's all true and real and fulfilled all the prophecies. Dude, it's a fictional story, a midrash of 4 different scriptures. The replies are amazing.
Returning later to Nazareth, where he was raised. At 30 years of age, Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River and began his mission, traveling through Galilee, teaching, curing, and performing miraculous acts in places like Capernaum, Cana, and Bethsaida. He traveled to Caesarea Philippi, where Peter recognized him as the Messiah, then to Bethany, where he brought Lazarus back to life. Arriving in Jerusalem, he was honored as king, but soon betrayed, arrested in Gethsemane, and crucified at Golgotha. On the 3rd day, he rose
Midrash, thanks Morning
from
Star.
the grave, appearing to his followers.
This passage says this passage is true.
The 3rd day, he rose from the grave, appearing to his followers in Emmaus in Galilee, before ascending from the Mount of Olives, promising, I am with you always, even to the end of the world. In Bethlehem.
Yeah, trust him, bro. He showed up to a couple of his Jewish buddies, not to the whole world and anybody that would write about it. Just take their word for it, bruh. They died for it, bruh. $2,000 likes. Dude, all they do is keep regurgitating like debunked trash. Like anti-Judaic rights right there. So what he said is the worst part. He says the Bible is 100% true. The entire New Testament was written by eyewitnesses. We're totally wrong. How can you gaslight and make shit up so bad? Paul authored most of the books in the New Testament and never knew an earthly Jesus. He says he never learned about Jesus from anyone who knew him, only from Scripture and Revelation. And you're claiming all the Bible's written by eyewitnesses. Is that why nobody described what he looked like? Is that why all the pre-gospel epistles describe a heavenly figure and no biographical details? because they all walked with him and it was eyewitnesses? No. I went over in the book club last night, the private Zoom call, Substack, book club. Had a good call last night. We're doing it again next Sunday. Sign up, Substack in the description below if you haven't. We covered how in 2 Peter chapter 1, Paul says, people say Jesus is a cleverly devised myth, but we were eyewitnesses to his majesty. That's what it says. And then he gives the example, and it's a midrash built upon scripture of some miraculous supernatural event on a mountain. That's how bad. That's the bad. Peter didn't say, "Oh, I walked with him and I knew him and we did this and we walked around here and I watched him do this and we had dinner together." No, I was an eyewitness, and it was when God spoke on the mountain and said, "He is my son," which is from Psalm 2, which is also in the Gospels. So there's no eyewitnesses. No eyewitnesses wrote the New Testament because Jesus never existed for anyone to witness. When they said you saw him, it was proclaimed through the scriptures. They saw him revealed through the right Holy Spirit interpretation of the scriptures. That's how it started. And then they repeat this lie that even Christians call out as slop. There's more reliable written evidence about the life of Jesus than there is Julius Caesar or Alexander the Great. Total bullshit. Totally wrong. Not even close at all. It's just a lie that Christian apologists regurgitate over and over again. Total trash. Total slop. Surely people don't believe the Bible is still real. Unfortunately, they do, and they have Bible Game. This sounds really quiet. We might have to skip.
This is something that I always find incredibly interesting when people are really hanging on every word that Jesus said. Okay, you guys are listening very carefully to what I'm saying, right? You paying attention?
Yeah.
Can any of you recite, excluding this one, the last sentence that I just said? You can't remember the words that I said to you 20 seconds ago, but I'm expected to believe that the New Testament authors who were writing, at best, decades after the death of Jesus could remember his exact words and write them down accurately in a language that he wasn't speaking.
In a language that he wasn't speaking.
It's like, no way, man. Now,
yeah, and accounts of things from the omniscient author, like when Jesus was arguing with Satan in the wilderness, who was there to write that down? Or when he's behind closed doors, what's going on with Pilate in the trial? Or when he's by himself in the garden praying and crying out to Jesus, right? Oh, no, it's all legitimate. We know. More proof than anything. 25,000 manuscripts. We know it's real. They're just total bullshit liars.
Translation of a Greek text quoting an Aramaic-speaking man, allegedly quoting a Hebrew scripture.
Okay, here's the HT post, and I've never seen this. I wonder where he got it from. But a normal prefrontal cortex versus a Christian DLPFC. Somebody said Uber Boyo talks about DLPFC. I got to look up what that is. And I want to see the full, I got to do a deep dive into Christ's brain. The real biological effect, mental health issue of Christ's brain. Check this out.
I will be doing a longer video on this topic, so this will just be kind of a foundational one to kind of make it really clear the differences between a normal prefrontal cortex and the Christian prefrontal cortex. And you can see it right here. I'll explain it more as we go into the video. But essentially what happens is that your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex needs to be the active to deal with the error corrections that we are alerted to by the anterior cingulate cortex. Like the anterior cingulate cortex is like an error alerter to us. It's also where pain. So this is an emotional center of hurt, basically. And many other functions too, but this is from the purpose of...
See that? So when Christians see us saying the truth about the Bible or saying Jesus is Jewish, they feel pain because of the fear of going to hell, the fear of being wrong, the fear of being duped. They feel pain. They feel physical pain. They have the pain brain response that makes them lash out and cope and call you Jewish and attack you and slander you or block you. Or to pull into their grab bag of copes and throw out a cope.
Of this video It's an error monitor. And so once the error is recognized, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex goes in and corrects the error. So you could call this the conscience. And you can see Christians lack that relationship. And it's very clear in the literature that this is the case. So on the top right, you can see.
Very clear in the literature. Christ's brain is so real. Now it explains everything. Now it all makes sense. Christ's brain is real. They're brain fried. The memes with the cross coming out of the MPC, hollowed out, caved out brain cavity are true. Are true. Fear-based mind control. DLPFC, dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. It works in planning, decision-making, problem-solving, holding and manipulating information in your mind, staying focused, resisting impulses, regulating behavior and emotions. Why they Christ cuck out and they spurg out and they lie. It's all prefrontal cortex cope because they're scared. They're scared, insecure, triggered little babies. Confirmation bias. Cognitive dissonance.
The Greek word hamartias, which means sin. Sin is an error. So the anterior cingulate cortex, which is right here, and error avoidance. So the change in behavior necessary to avoid errors is implemented by the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And you can see right here. Now, I'll show you. These two slides came from.
We've been targeted with a brain virus that infects literally on the physiological level affects people's brains. A mental Abrahamic Judeo-Messianic prophecy brain virus. We got to find the cure, guys.
I'll show you the actual paper in a second.
This is why they act like cultists. They lash out.
See here the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, but other prefrontal cortical factors. Now, when you're stressed out, you just lose regulation across the board. But when you specifically engage in Christian beliefs, you end up inhibiting specifically the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. It's terrifying, actually. So, in other words,
a mental disorder.
Religion is a religion that creates sinning. I mean, it's right. The dorsolateral prefrontal cortex must be activated to correct
cope addicts.
$5 cope addicts. Who else is low impulse control? Fact that Christianity is a slave religion.
Slave religion that gives you a mental disorder. This is unbelievable. Where did you find this, dude? This is on YouTube?
On Rumble. Basically, the most virtuous thing you can do in Christianity is to sacrifice your own flesh and blood for the good of the mob.
It's a weird cult where like they all lie to each other. It's like a club where they all just lie about this thing as like slaves and wannabe slaves like worshiping the Jewish Messiah. It's bizarre.
Errors to avoid sinning, and Christians
Look, this
turn
is
off
Christ's
that
brain.
part of their brain. So this is what it should look like.
Christ's brain.
Right now in this situation, the conscience is engaged. Right, we get error alert and the corrector. Error alert and the corrector. Really simple, really straightforward.
Christ
that
brain
goes bye-bye when we're stressed out.
The Christ brain dilemma.
Broadly, which is why no one should be doing, making important decisions when they're in the middle of a very stressful situation, like a very stressful situation, right? We pull back. So, but this is specific, this dorsolateral prefrontal cortex to false beliefs. And really, it's scapegoating. That's the biggie. So here is the Arnstein paper that I was telling you about. This is where I got it from. And the most important thing, in generally speaking, of fear in general and stress in general.
This is why the Christians refuse to see any of the compilations we make with all the receipts and proof that should just give them the epiphany and wake them up out of their spell and their hypnotic spell they're under. But their brain, like an addict, like a coping addict, like HT said, literally prevents them from doing it. It causes them stress, it makes them scared, and they reject it and their brain shuts down.
I say fear, but fear is a stressor, right? And Christians, their biggest stressor is fear of going to hell, fear of not going to heaven. So when we live in fear, we rapidly strengthen the amygdala, and rapidly reduce the prefrontal cortex.
See, it's fear-based mind control. They can't think because they've been indoctrinated and scared since children that they need Christianity.
Activation. So you can see the difference. This is why I show these images. Really, really important. And this happens to all of us when we're stressed out. But the DL prefrontal cortex, dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is a different story. Here's a normal, healthy state of mind. Nice, healthy. And we know that mindfulness, including meditation, mindfulness practice, not just meditation, but mindfulness, including meditation, they engage the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. What's the purpose of doing this? Because when we increase the connectivity of the DLF by doing
this is why it's so fucked up to do this to kids, right, Amalek? Right. OG MK Ultra fear-based mind control, right?
$10 fear is the mind killer.
Right, right. Exactly. You don't think straight when you're scared.
this mindfulness, look what happens. The DLF and other brain regions, there's an increase in the functional connectivity to manage one's attention, reduce mind wandering, and improve overall cognitive performance. This is the opposite of a Christian mind. So the Christian mind is on the right? And here is this guy on the left before Christianity sets in. So what happens is the Christian converts a normal brain to a Christian brain.
What? So it's not just that people already have damaged brains and then that makes them susceptible to fall for Christianity. You could have a healthy, functioning brain and get duped by con artist charlatans shilling Jesus to you, and then it wrecks your brain. It alters your brain. We need like disclaimer public service announcement commercials, like your brain on Jesus. This is your brain on Rabbi Jesus.
Isn't that incredible? Oh, it's terrifying.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Awful. It's an epidemic. We have an epidemic of Christ brain.
So
clearly.
So they're unaware because of the disconnection that has taken place, right? Here, I mean, it's like gone. Right?
Do you suffer from Christ brain? Can you imagine the commercials? Do you suffer from Christ brain?
It goes bye-bye. They become
what would the drug be called to fix Christ brain?
Unaware they are about their false
paganol,
immorality, and
paganol. Take your paganol to cure your Christ brain.
Judgmental self-righteousness. Unfortunately, it's
judgmental self-righteousness. They got a whole lot of that. Degenerate fuck-ups, people that don't even know their Bible, people that sin all the time, but they judge you like they're the good moral ones. Oh, they're washed in the blood, so they're going to judge you because you don't believe in the magical Jewish superhero. Overdosing on copium, these Christian Christ brains. Physiological level.
It's horrible. So what happens? Well, they run around and they behave in a fashion that reflects that their lack of awareness, telling others they don't
like
know
little
they're going to hell
demons
because they're not afraid of a fictional God with a sword coming out of its mouth and female breasts and a gold bra. Right? I mean, think about how irrational it is. Think of how irrational it is to actually think you can scapegoat anything. It's irrational. Now you understand why. Look at
completely irrational scapegoating. Oh, somebody else dies, so you get out of trouble. Okay, that's fair, dude. Christ brain and its effects on the number one religion in the world.
Christianity is hacking and overriding normal human brains, and/or exploiting a natural security vulnerability. Basically, young people get trauma bonded to Jesus, living in guilt and fear for their lives.
Yes, trauma bonded to Jesus. You're right. This is Christ brain. I mean, Jesus is in Islam too. They got Christ brain. Jews have Moshiach brain. But it's not quite the same as Christians, where like Christians, you have to believe that Jesus did these things, otherwise you're going to go to hell. Jews, it's more just like you follow the commandments. And
sent $5 on Rumble. Russell Brand nervously flipping through his Bible during the Piers interview is exactly what the typical e-crusader would be doing if they were put on the spot about their knowledge of their own book.
Yep. Very true. Very true. This is a real life depiction of the Christ brain in meme format.
what happens? We lose connectivity, and now we are unable to engage morality properly. So no wonder why Christianity has guys like this. I mean, you can see now. Is there any wonder why priests do what they do? This is the worst part. Religious belief appears to have a negative influence on children's altruism and judgments of others' actions, even as parents see them as more empathetic than their secular counterparts. Why would they look at it this way? Well, they've lost dorsolateral prefrontal cortex.
Could you imagine how painful it must be to be an e-crusader with Christ brain and watch this video? Could you imagine what that must do, the internal conflict of the brain? Realizing that you've been infected with a Goyslop mind virus and that you're the baddie and you're the dupe and you've been brainwashed to be a slave of Yahweh. Can you believe that?
Jesus Christ! Oh, Jesus Christ, you're such a little bitch.
It's got to be rough. Got to be rough. I pity the Christ brain, actually. I want to save the Christ brain. I'm not at war with the brain. I'm at war with the infection, the virus. Christ brain virus.
Text functions so they are unaware. They have no ability to error correct. They have no ability to be introspective. They lack mindfulness.
No wonder they're locked in.
So this is what happens to them. We start off nice. We start off normal.
Jesus is a brain worm.
The conscience is intact, and then Christianity sets in. This is the problem. It's
Adam Greenberg Nibiru is an account in here talking about John Zerka and some UTTP thing I've never heard of. Dude, that is so funny. Look at him. He says, "May your daughter suffer in eternal pain for your sins, pagan. NATO Nibiru shill. Rosicrucian agent." Okay, cuckoo. Somebody's got Christ brain. This is just Christ brain lashing out. Everybody stay calm. We got a Christ brain in the chat. Seething hard. And now blocked for wishing harm upon my daughter, you psychopath.
Horrible. And now you can see there's a very clear difference
zombies.
With a normal prefrontal cortex.
Oh, I got a Christ brain meme.
Christian prefrontal cortex.
Wow. I want to see more. I'm ready to do a deep dive down the Christ brain rabbit hole. Where's the image? I thought I had. Oh, here it is. Christ brain. Another graphic I made. The Judeo Matrix. All on their phones having Jesus pumped to them in the algorithms by all the grifters. The Nibiru thing is so fucking funny. He made a screen name. He was here last week. Now he made a screen name about it. It's psychos like that and schizos like that make me worry about my safety. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Amalek says, Amalek will be back on again soon. I'm so sick of this argument between right-wing Christians and left-wingers trying to be Christian without Jesus. How many more generations are we going to keep repeating this pointless tail-chasing debate on how to treat others?
No.
Let's see.
If the Bible teaches love and acceptance of everybody, why are we stripping rights away?
Optics Prime sent $5 on Rumble. Invasion of the Christ Brain Snatchers.
Yeah. That sounds like a good meme.
Gallo Dance sent $5 when Amalek was breaking Christians on Spaces. They would freeze up, start drooling, then chimp out.
I know. I've witnessed it many times. Many times. So just know, whenever you see some Christian online lying about me, calling me Jewish, making up some schizo conspiracy about me or any of us, just know behind that keyboard there is just a seething, damaged, altered, infected brain.
I sent $30
and we need to just help them find a cure.
Of the green pill.
I found the cure for Christ brain, actually. It's right here. It's called Paganol. Dude, somebody needs to make like an AI fake commercial for something, for a pill that cures you from Christ brain. How good would that be? Anybody got a name better than Paganol? Green pill. Take your green pill for... That's right. Green pills cure... Hey, which drug cures Christ's brain? The green pill.
From minorities.
Okay, first question is, where do rights come from?
They come from a collective agreement.
A collective agreement, so then if a certain group of people say you're Jewish...
The cure is reading the Bible? Yeah, that's a good start. Good point. Yeshua was a Rasta. We're going out to Yeshua. I missed part of the clip. What did I miss? I heard it all.
If the Bible teaches love and acceptance of everybody, why are we stripping rights away from minorities?
Okay, first question is, where do rights come from?
They come from a collective agreement.
A collective agreement, so then if a certain group of people say you're Jewish and you don't have any rights, we're going to put you in the gas ovens, that's okay?
No.
Okay, so rights don't come from the collective. Where do they come from?
So did your God say it was okay? I'm not sure where he's going with that argument.
Back to Thomas Jefferson, who said, all men are created equal. You didn't say that earlier. Earlier you said, all men are created under the light of God.
What I quoted was Jefferson saying, all men are created equal and endowed by their creator.
Yes, but the quote is, all men are created equal.
Right.
And we hold these truths to be...
They've altered our brains and they've altered our foreskins. Circumcised our brains and our hearts and our foreskins.
Are you pro-gun? Why not get away from the nons and move up near Henrik and take ownership of the physical protection of your children?
I don't know. Because I live down here. Why don't I go live up? Why don't you move up to Idaho and get some guns? It's like, all right, dude, maybe one day. How about I go to Norway?
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Yeah, our brains are circumcised. Our hearts are... They chopped off our dicks. They chopped off our brains. They circumcised our dicks. They circumcised our brains.
All men are created equal and endowed by their creator.
Sad story.
Rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Okay.
So what's your point?
My point is, why are we... If the Bible is preaching love and acceptance, why are we not loving and accepting everybody for who they are?
Well, the question is, the Bible doesn't accept our actions. The Bible accepts us because we're made in God's image. Not, every action a person does isn't good.
No, and I agree with that.
Okay, so that's your answer. If you're doing something that is against God's will...
But then why did he make those things? Why did he make different kinds of people if he wants to then say, no, you're bad, and no, you're going to go to hell for that?
We're all bad. We all have an orientation toward bad behavior.
Go eat some more soy.
Jesus had to come to save all of us.
Dude, even this soy jack guy is mogging Charlie Kirk's pastor.
Same message.
Sad.
To me is the same message to you and everybody else out there, whether they identify, however they identify. The same messages, we're all fallen, we all need a savior.
You know you're screwed when the criticism of Christians is that they're not nice enough to minorities. I think that's attacking from the wrong angle, you know?
And once
no testosterone in that dude. Oh yeah, he's already looks like he's transitioning.
What he's done for us, we should want to follow him. That's the message. It's for you, it's for me, it's the same message.
Soy mogging his lame freedom shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Oh my God, this is so absolutely disgusting. An advert commercial in Germany promoting contraception teaches young white couples can pull their heads out of their asses with this shit. So bad. Childish Bambino. I've never seen a more disgusting commercial in my life. Doesn't get more subversive than that. Dude. Oh. What else are we going to cover today? Coming up on 2 hours. Oh, we might hit the goal, actually. 75 from the goal. We'll keep going until we hit the goal. What else do we have here?
Like a
some new from Greenblatt.
An unapologetic Jew. Like I'm a proud Jew. I'm a Zionist Jew. I'm the grandson of a Holocaust survivor. I am a proud Jew. I'm an unapologetic Jew. I'm a Zionist Jew. And I'm a Jew who's ready to fight for the things that we have. You know, here I am, and what kind of Jew are you? ADL's what is our mission statement? Like what we do, stop the defamation of. But that's not our why. Our why, our core purpose.
Failed and sent $40. I just watched The Mystery of the Fourth Beast stream by Rabbi Shapiro. Says Trump is Edom/Antichrist who has betrayed the Jews and is being controlled by demons.
There you go. I told you they were going to be saying that shit. Controlled by demons. That's what all these other people are saying too. Oh, it's a synagogue of Satan, the Antichrist, satanic, Armalus Edom. Of course. Do you call him Armalus too? Jocelyn, thank you.
$10 on Rumble. Turns out you can just burn the evidence, rewrite history to say you are magically chosen and the sheep will bow down and force everyone to worship you. Thumbs up emoji.
It's that easy. Who would have thought that a religion that desired to rule the world would end up ruling the world? Must be an accident, not a conspiracy. Thank you, Jocelyn. Shout out Jocelyn, the resident pagan queen.
Founded. What was the reason to create it? Was not Jews are safe. That's the hypothesis of what we do. The why is to protect the Jewish people, to protect the Jews. That's why we exist.
See, it's not, I've said this before. If they exist, their mission statement is about protecting and defending Jews, even against the truth. Even if people say things that are true, if that's could be bad for Jews, they'll defend it and they'll attack that person. They'll call for that person to be banned like they called me. And now he's admitting it.
So we don't exist for some universalist ideal. We exist to protect the Jews. Because when Leo Frank was...
See, it's only for the Jews, and the Jews only. That's why they put out definitions that only white people can be racist. It's not some universal thing. We're just going to stop hate everywhere. No, it's just as about the shield of the Jews.
Hanging from a rope, there was no one there to stop it from happening. When Jews were being slaughtered, there was no one there to stop it. So that's why we exist. So in this moment, I think the last decade in particular, although I think you could actually roll back the clock even more, in a world of what I'll call intersectionalism and this pathology of victimhood, it's created the conditions in which it's forced us at ADL, and I think all of us as Jews, committed to this notion of liberalism, not in a...
Hold on, did he just say he has a pathology of victimhood? Was he talking about Jews? Who else would he be talking about there?
Political way, but in as a kind of a social political construct, open societies. It's forced us to call into question some of these basic truths we've held dear for so long. Because again, the idea, well, when everyone is safe, Jews will be safe, that might not be true. Because when people sort us into, oppressor and oppressed, turns out that if you don't give it's kind of like a Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but unequal. Separate turns out to always be unequal. And when Jews are, again, parsed into, well, here are the good Jews versus the bad Jews. Like, guess what? All Jews lose.
There's another one from him too.
Zionist.
Oh, because look at this. This is right. Let's back it up a second. Steve Miller says that I don't even want to say it because people will clip me. They'll clip me out of context like the lying frauds they are. Stephen Miller, who's Jewish, says ADL is not a Jewish organization. Yes, it is. It is an ultra-left activist org that pushes radical transgenderism, border erasure, police dismantlement, and demolition of free speech. So it's a Jewish group is doing all that. Deploying rank slander, bullying, character assassination to achieve its aims. That's true. These views and tactics are expressly contrary to sacred Jewish and biblical teachings. Oh my God, he's doing the not real Jews shtick. But at least he's trying to like strip down their power by saying, you know, they shouldn't be listened to. ADL is a disreputable organization that has gravely undermined Jewish interests and is worthy of strongest condemnation. Like, they've increased anti-Semitism because they're so awful and Greenblatt's so ghoulish. But if the ADL hadn't existed and had the influence, and no other organization existed like in their absence, if ADL wasn't around censoring the internet for all these years, information about Jews would have proliferated a long time ago with the internet. So I don't know if I buy this, that I think that they have protected Jews and shielded them from legitimate criticism, and that has benefited Jews in Israel. That's why they have an office in Israel. So, oh shoot, hold on. I wasn't done. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Elon agrees. Elon thinks Jews are whites too. He calls them peak white. Now let's hear Greenblatt talking about how un-Jewish they are.
Look, just to step back for a minute, I am a ferocious, unapologetic Zionist. I am so deeply connected to this.
Oh, what am I doing with big tech? Big brain tech is here.
By my family, by my sense of peoplehood. Look, I'm the grandson of a Holocaust survivor from Germany. I'm the husband of a political refugee from Iran. These are people who...
The Nibiru guy created another account. Big brain tech. Dude, you're such a schizo. Walls of text in all caps, blabbering about nonsense. Get a life, dude. Nobody cares.
Fled the only countries they ever knew.
He supports Zerka. Come on,
of
dude.
Raw violence.
He's trying to hide my speech.
And so the idea
That's so
that Jews
funny.
deserve a homeland like everybody else, I really feel...
Go whack off to Nibiru, bro.
That feeling also leads me to say, I think there needs to ultimately be a resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that provides Palestinians with dignity and equality in a state of their own. And I don't know what that looks like, and I'm not a political scientist, and so I can't hazard an idea. But ultimately, I worry about the safety and security of Jews if we don't figure out a resolution to this situation.
Thank you. Shekels for the hat. Everybody wants to see the hat.
Shekels for the hat.
Dude, I'll put on hits from the bong and put on the hat and then pretend to smoke a spliff and go real conspiracy mode. I'll just start a new TikTok and YouTube channel where I'm just Rastafari conspiracy bro. Better luck getting on Rogan, not getting censored.
Some way, in some form. Now, that being said...
Closes any debate about Nibiru and is UTT... What is UTTP, bro? Nobody knows what that is. Yeah, you got proof of payments from UTTP, or are you just some schizo bullshitting? Just tell us, Nibiru, are you a Christian? That's all we need to know.
We need the other
The
side.
Nibiru thing is so fucking funny.
As equals, to recognize, again, the
Rosicrucian shill.
Reasonableness.
Yeah, I promote Rosicrucians all the time, bro. Totally. You got me. Good one.
The historical reality of our Zionism. Like, you cannot take the Zionism out of Judaism. You cannot take the Zion out of the Jewish people. You can't.
True.
Like, you can't go to a synagogue and find a siddur in any language, from any country, any...
But hell, just keep lying about Zionism has nothing to do with Judaism. Nibiru says, stop shilling the CTBG. Bro, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to look that. Does anybody know what CTPG is? And Zerka's Secret Society. Dude, if you think that I'm in a secret society with Zerka, you literally need to go get on some Paganol. I think you've got a brain infection.
level of observance and find a page that doesn't mention Yerushalayim or Eretz Israel or
Dare Edom sent
Zion.
$5 Nibiru morons make me want to donate harder. P.S. Adam, move to a low tax-free state.
That's a good idea.
$2 in feet. Stop supporting the Zog state.
So I looked up CTPG. It looks like Consolidated Trial Practice Guide is the only thing that comes up, dude. I told you. Not only do I not know what it is, the chat doesn't know what it is, but not even Google knows what it is. Seething about Zerka. Dude, Zerka unfollowed me, and I unfollowed him back because of it. And he promotes Jesus and Flat Earth. You think I'm on board with that? Coming in here seething about Zerka is maybe the most schizo thing ever.
$10. Have you read the book / watched the DVDs of Shapiro's The Fall of Edom? I see it for sale on the website.
We've seen some clips from it. We've seen clips of Shapiro talking about the fall of Edom, but I didn't know. I don't think any of us are going to pay for that thing.
So it is fundamental to who we are, and I think we need our erstwhile partners, if you will, in a peace process to recognize that, like the Emiratis have.
Okay, where else are we going here? Oh, we hit the goal. Let's go. I need to get the goal sound effect.
They're nice.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, baby.
Thank y'all. Come again.
Thank you. Thank you. We are at over 2 hours. I'm probably gonna like the new background. Since we hit the goal right at 2 hours and I gotta go pee and go to the gym, I'm going to save a lot of this stuff for tomorrow. We'll cover this evolution-denying guy being promoted all over Ziocon Media and these James Tabor clips. Maybe Amalek will join if he's not busy tomorrow. We can go over those clips and whatever else happens. We're going to go out to a little high in Hyperborea from the great Evan Williams. Top Noahide Shabbos Goy. The Rosicrucians are subverting my Jewish savior. Yeah, bro. Anyway, appreciate everybody for the support. I love you all. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Clip the show. Share the links. Sign up for Substack to join next week's book review, book club. That's the private hangout, the VIP private hangout for paid subscribers on Substack. Links below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time. Take care. And please, somebody in the chat, tell me what the mash, mash, mash is a reference to in this song.
Yeshua, Rasta King Selassie was Jesus in blackface, hiding from Babylon.
Can you guys still hear the music right now? Let me know in the chat.
The cross, he escaped to Jamaica. On 420, Yeshua smokes the herbal chalice and curses Hitler's birthday. March, march down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese ash he smokes. Yeshua was a Rasta.
You light the bowl and you mash down the bowl of the ganja, man.
In the world has ever seen. Christ gonna get high, high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. He smokes cross-shaped joints every day. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's not brown like hash, he's white like deity diamond. Was a Rasta. He would smoke hookah on a donkey from the Torah like a true Hyperborean Rastaman. Gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese as she smoke.